Nah, I mean, it's a little different, in college. Everybody can free release, but, it's football's football at the end of the day.
What did it feel like picking that night here?
It was cool. It was a real cool feeling. My family was there, but, it was a cool feeling, not just for me, but for the whole unit and for the team.
You talked about, your dad being a coach, how you guys talk all the time. What was it like talking to him after the punt return?
Man, he was on cloud nine. I kept my jersey. I gave it to him. He started tearing up. That's my dude right there, and it was just cool to be able to do that in front of them.
Did it feel like you were almost getting another one?
Look, it did. I thought I almost got through the little hole, but it just goes to show the team, the punt return unit, they go hard every single play. And no matter what point in the game it is, that was kind of later in the game too, and it just shows the kind of mindset we got.
What does it say about you as a pro, get your first action against the Raiders, and then you get all those carries on the first drive?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that, first off that, Coach believes in me for me to start the game off, and also that, my preparation is there. That's one thing that I kind of harp on is my preparation. As long as I'm prepared, when my number's called, I'll go out there and I can do anything.
How excited were you guys by how effective that run game was?
As a running back group, we're very excited. Before we went out there, J-Max telling us, it's going to start with us. And, we start the game off, and Deebo has a long return. And it's like, well, Deebo got us started, so let's go continue to punch.
And then, the media, fans, are so much focus on Marcus or Jaden. How does that impact you guys during the week, kind of if you know or don't know at quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, for us, we feel like in this building we have two starters, with Marcus and Jaden. Those two guys are both phenomenal, and we feel like either one of them can step up and play their best game.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I think I've grown a lot, especially since week one. Had a lot of ups and downs, but at the same time, I'm still getting better, and I feel myself getting better, and I feel myself becoming more confident as the weeks go on. Even when the performances were bad, I always saw it as something I can easily learn from.
To that point, you said you think you're getting better. What have you seen on the tape, especially this last game against the Raiders, that you believe you're getting better at?
Really just comfortability in my stance, because that always wasn't something I was comfortable. And then communication down the line, and really just withstanding an entire game and getting back into real playing shape.
Hey Josh, could you talk a little bit about the offense and just you all being able to really execute the run really well?
Obviously coaches put us in the right situations. We got all the right looks that we were looking for all week, and we were great communicating down the line, and we just executed very well. So.
DQ talked about kind of the guys you had to face in the first couple weeks.
Right.
Have you allowed yourself a minute to be like, wow, that really was a heck of a couple week stretch here?
Yeah. Obviously, every single one of them have made me better, and it was a pretty great stretch of guys. But at the same time, that's the NFL. So, and that's why I'm here. So, yeah.
How did it feel for you guys, especially against the Raiders, to get that run game going so strong and just be going downhill the whole game?
Yeah, it really showed us what we can really do, and hopefully we can continue doing that. So, yeah.
Aiden, Marcus, how does that impact your guys' preparation?
I think the best part of our team's our team. I think DQ said that in a meeting last week, and I think it hit home because we just got there, and whatever your role is, you're going to work to do that at the highest level and do your job.
Now that you've had a few days, have you thanked Terry for getting that touchdown ball for you?
Yeah, for sure. That was awesome. Yeah. Thank you. That was a really cool moment, yeah.
Just quick questions, too, in the receiver room with Noah and Terry. How ready are guys like you, Chris, Jaylin, to maybe take on a bigger role?
Yeah, again, I think it just comes down to whatever the play is, whatever your role is, doing that at the highest capability. And it's cool to have a lot of leaders like Terry, like Noah, like Deebo, and then have some younger guys. Even Chris Moore's had so many reps just as a leader. And so it's cool to just have those guys in our room.
Luke, I'm curious, what was that phone call like to Pops or your brothers after that first touchdown?
It was awesome. Super thankful for all of them. Super blessed. It was awesome. Felt the support for sure.
What'd you do to the ball?
Oh, I kept it. Terry snuck it in for me, so got to thank him for that.
Feeling out there, Duran?
Trying to find ways to improve every weekend and week out. just like going over the film and just studying and just trying to play harder and faster.
You've done a nice job so far shutting down the run. Obviously, a big challenge with Bijan on Sunday. How do you keep that up?
Just play the scheme within the scheme. I feel like we got a good scheme going in, and as long as we play good technique and just play with low pad levels and just play hard, I feel like we'll be good.
Dorrance has, through 3 games, I think he's leading the league in pressures, and it seems like he's really picked it up since last year. What have you kind of noticed with him so far?
So he was rushing really good last year. This year he's on the same track. He's a good rusher. He gets off the ball fast, uses his hands, and gets to the quarterback. Man, I'm happy he's on my team. He's fun to play with.
Brian Baldinger pointed out a clip from the Raiders game of Mariota trying to maybe come back and get you on a block. What did you see when you saw, Gino trying to come down on you there?
Man, I was just trying to run to the ball as fast as I could, and then I just seen like some white cross my face, and I turned around and I'm like, oh, damn, that was Gino.
You say anything to him after? Or?
Nah. Gino's he's a good dude. I trained with him during the off season. I like him. He's cool.
Maybe that hit comes up in the offseason?
Yeah.
You and Kinlaw paired up on the D-line. How have you made each other better?
Man, Kinlaw, he's a huge human, man. He's like a real big guy, but he uses power just like he's a real powerful guy. And I kind of look at everybody on our D-line and just try to learn from them. And I learned from him just be big and powerful and just use that as your advantage.
How important was it for you to be part of that offensive rushing output last week?
Yeah, it was awesome. Just being able to get an opportunity to go out there and get in a flow and a rhythm, and it was super fun. I was really excited to get out there and felt like I did a good job.
And knowing John couldn't go last week, and we'll see what happens this week, how much do you appreciate the opportunity to show, hey, I know what John does in the blocking game, but I can do it too?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I appreciate it a ton, and it's something that I prepare for every week. I'm always locked into the game plan and dialed into my technique and stuff. So when the opportunity presents itself, I'm happy to show it, and I'm excited for that opportunity on Sunday.
Yeah. And when you have quarterback questions, right, Marcus, Jaden, how does that impact your prep?
I don't think it impacts it too much. We got so much trust in both those guys, so just whatever the game plan is, the tight ends are going to be ready for it, and it doesn't really change much for us.
Just you guys got the run game going as a group effort. How do you keep that going against an Atlanta defense different challenge?
Just keep coming to work every day. We definitely believe in our group that we can get the job done, but we just got to come to practice every day and train like it's a game.
Going through a week again where maybe there's some uncertainty at quarterback, how does that impact your prep?
It doesn't. We just treat it like any other week. We got 100% belief in Jaden or Marcus, so we just gotta go execute the game plan. We can do it with either or.
Bill, how has your confidence grown over these 3 weeks?
It's grown pretty big. I mean, I feel like I get better each week, and I just want to just keep learning as much as I can so I can be the best I can be.
Nobody's perfect. So what are some of the things you're trying to work on or get better at?
I think it's kind of in-house. I mean, I feel like every player got something that they want to work on and just get better. So I mean, I got a couple things I want to work on.
You're gonna keep that to yourself?
Yeah, for sure.
When you have, as a team, 200 yards on the ground, like 5 or 6 different guys carrying the football, what do you think that says about your offense, your run game?
I think that says that we can be explosive. It says a lot that we can get those yards on the ground, and I mean, it just says a lot about our O-linemen too. Like we got some great guys up front, and we just look to prove that every week.
We were just talking to Duran of how you two kind of make each other better, and you just saying how you make his job easier and vice versa. Can you dive into that and explain that, how you guys play off each other?
Yeah, definitely. Playing next to a guy like DP, like I said, I've been watching DP for years. Just to play next to him, it's a whole different experience than watching him, man, because he brings a lot to the game, and we feed off each other for sure. Just on starting that practice, we look to work hard and work what we need to correct, in the game, and then when it come game time, it shows up. And I've been a big fan of him, being at South Carolina, seeing him in the league, and seeing him at Alabama dominating. It's been the same thing since I've been here, and since he's been in the league, he's been dominating, man. And I look to continue to grow my game to get to the level of what he's on,
You guys did a great job with Genty. Now you got another challenge in Bijan Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
What makes him a tough back to contain, and how do you do that on Sunday?
Shit, man. The guy's explosive. He's elusive, man. To change of direction, the ability to be able to stick that foot in the ground and get upfield, north and south, man, is probably one of the best in the league for sure. And of course, we all got to do our job. The whole 11. One person can't contain him. We all got to do our job, man.
What's it like? Obviously, Bobby is such a leader in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
But when you see him get 2 sacks in a game, considering how much he's already done in football, like what is that like for the locker room?
Shit, the old head still can move. You know what I'm saying? Him and Vaughn, shit, man. It let you know, shit. I got to get me one too. Nah, but it's been awesome playing around those guys for sure.
I haven't seen too many guys decorate the locker. What's the dog in there?
When I was a baby, my dad would always call me Moot Dog. Like that was probably my name before it was Javon. So I just take that. That's just my thing, my MO. Moot Dog, dog mentality for sure. That's a game pick. If you ain't know, let me show the people real quick. Let me show the people. This savage right here. You know what I'm saying? I took the tail off on purpose, docked this tail. You know what I'm saying? Game pick for sure.
That's a serious animal.
You're a couple of months into your time here in Washington. It seems like you're really enjoying yourself.
For sure.
Kind of explain your time here so far.
It's been amazing, man. God is the greatest. He allowed me to be here with this great group of men. And even y'all, man, y'all do your job to an exceptional level, man. Y'all are all great people, man. I'm super blessed to be able to be around all these great people, for sure.
One more.
And how does that impact the way you play? Like just of being happy here?
Sure, I can just go out and be free. I don't got to be tense. I ain't got to worry about too much. Just do my job,
Who quarterbacks, whether it's Marcus or Jaden, do they deliver the ball any differently to you guys?
I think they're both really good quarterbacks.
How impressed have you been by Bill just through 3 games and kind of what he's putting together and learning?
Not too impressed anymore. I seen him in camp with how he came out here and worked, and he just continued to get better and better every day. Nothing too seems to excite me more than him getting in the end zone, him just making a play, and just seeing all the work that he put in camp just continue to translate, and he just taking a step week in and week out.
Speaking of the excitement as far as special teams, as far as kickoff returns, punt returns, you all are setting the tone there. What do you like about what you all are doing there?
One thing that DQ harper on is playing complementary football from special teams to offense to defense, and starting the game off with a kickoff return down to the our 30-40 yard line, and Jaylin Lane getting down there in a return. It's just an energy boost for the team for sure.
How much do you enjoy doing that?
I love it for sure.
If you don't have Terry, how do defenses change up when they cover you?
I have no idea. I haven't played the defense without him.
Let's say Terry and Noah both miss time. What do you tell the younger guys that are going to get bigger roles?
It's kind of like the mentality of this game. It's kind of like next man up, and I think we have a great room and a group full of guys that's willing to do that.
Some changes on the offensive line last week. How impressed were you by the new group and how quickly they seem to gel?
What's so crazy? I didn't even know, to be honest with you. Not gonna lie. I didn't know, to be honest with you. Not gonna lie.
That's probably good.
Yeah, they did pretty good, for sure.
Deebo, do you like the new kickoff rules?
Sure. Don't matter if it's the old or new.
How does it change, I guess, how you approach the game?
It doesn't.
I'd like to start by asking just how emotional, how humbling must the experience been at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier?
Yeah, it was a phenomenal experience. Was truly honored to have the opportunity to do it, and always so thankful for the men and women who serve our country and give us the ability to even play this game, to sit here today. So it's something that Julie and I never take for granted, and it was an honor to be there and present the wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So it's a heavy day for sure, but honored to do it.
How did that come about?
They just asked me if I was interested, and of course I jumped at the opportunity. Didn't know exactly what it entailed at first. It was my first time at the cemetery, but obviously was just an unbelievable experience for me.
It's emotional walking around that place.
Oh yeah, I mean, you drive in and you just see the rows and the rows of the gravestones. There was a funeral going on. So just the overall, like I said, the weight of the day, the weight of the experience is something that you can never take for granted.
My grandfather's buried there. When you walk in and see that, I mean, I don't know how you prepare for it, but what hits you?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just the vastness of it. I think the story behind it, how it's evolved over the past century. And like when you're driving in, the flag at half mast, and they say it's at half mast 30 minutes before the first funeral, and not raised until 30 minutes after the last funeral every single day. You just hear that, and it's just like, man, you don't really understand the. There's obviously a weight to playing in this city, in D.C., being a part of that community, the military, but being there puts it in a whole another perspective.
In the truck transitions, you ever talk football, and you don't know which quarterback you're going to have. Does it make a difference the way these two guys play for you?
I mean, there's subtle differences, but at the end of the day, it's all about how I can be at my best for them. It doesn't matter if it's Jaden, doesn't matter if it's Marcus. I got to go out there, focus on my job, execute to the best of my ability, help them as much as I can, whether it's Marcus, whether it's Jaden. That's what I try and do. That's the focus I put in every week, is to be on the same page as them. And I got a lot of time on task with both quarterbacks. Last year with Marcus, obviously, last year with Jaden, and this year as well. So I got a lot of confidence in both quarterbacks. We feel like Marcus is a starting caliber quarterback in this league, and we're really fortunate to have him as the backup. Obviously not where we want to be 3 months from now. So just for us, it's about putting in the work every day, continuing to establish an identity as an offense, and putting up a lot of points.
Some health questions at receiver. Is there more that you and the tight end group can do if some guys are down?
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever the coaching staff needs us to do. I don't look at it, oh, Terry's down, I got to go out, and I don't have his speed, so I can't add that dynamic, take a 70-yard catch over the top element to this offense. So, and you don't just replace a guy like Terry or Noah or whoever it is. I don't know what the injury status is for all these guys, but I'm just, like I said, I'm focused on my job. The tight ends are focused on their job, and doing it to the best of our abilities.
You guys really ran the ball really well against the Raiders, all three of you. How do you guys kind of push each other, build off each individual performance in the game?
Yeah, we all rooting for each other every single time we go out there. That starts from OTAs and camp. We all want to see each other win, and most of all, we want to win as a team by any means necessary. I think that's what we hang our hats on.
Running the football like you did, how does that maybe kind of mirror the identity of this football team and what you want to establish here?
Yeah, I mean, running the football, I mean, we open up everything. I feel like, we get to control the time of possession, opens up the pass game down the field, and, it just opens up everything else for us.
Hey, Jeremy, with the running game, back to that, what have you been able to see in the last few weeks of this team dominating in the running game? You all are second in the NFL.
Offensive line. I wish, y'all should be interviewing those guys right now, not me. They make our jobs a lot easier, and then Cliff calls the plays, and we're able to scheme the guys up. We watch the film, we put in the work throughout the whole week, and then, those tight ends and, the receivers blocking down the field and quarterbacks, with their fakes able to take another guy out. So, it takes all 11 of us.
The problem for us with the O-linemen, they don't put their shirts on. And we can't put them on TV without their shirts on. You got to talk to them.
Man, hey, whatever, hey, they the offensive line. Whatever shirts, no shirts, get them on there. Those guys don't get enough credit. So, show them boys some love.
We'll work on it. I did want to ask you one specific thing. Marcus, after the game on Sunday, went out of his way to say how long you guys have known each other and what it meant for him to watch you bust that long one. What did it mean for you to watch Marcus ball out in his first start in 3 years?
A lot. I know, me and Marcus go way back, and I know his journey, and, I know a few of the things that he's been through, and it never shakes him. It never shakes him, and it's so inspiring to see. From the day I met him, he brought me in like family. And, just to know his family as well and know where he comes from and know what he's about and the teammate he is and, the husband and the father that he is, it's just a very inspirational man just to, look up to. And, even he's a great football player, but even better person, off the field. And that's just who he is. And, on that field, we just have so much trust in him. And, I have trust in him. Getting all those reps, year after year with him, as we do go back, years ago. So, that's my guy for sure, and I'm so happy for him.
What's it mean for you when you have a coach like Dan Quinn that seems to embrace guys with a journey?
It means a lot, because it really doesn't matter where you come from. If you're about this and you're about this team and you're about this brotherhood and You know, all these guys in here, you know, will put it on the line every single Sunday or whenever we play. You know, whatever Monday, Thursday, whatever day we play, anytime, anywhere, anybody. You know, and that just means so much. And that, you know, letting us just go out there and flourish and putting our talents out there and being able to work hard. But it all starts with the work. It all starts with the guys that are in this locker room and, you know, our coaches on a daily basis that chop through that film, hours and hours of film, and, you know, make the game easier for us.
Oh, it's real good, man. He made a joke with me. He said it looks like I got taller. I told him he was just seeing things. Maybe he shrunk a little bit. You know, that's what happens when you get a little older. But, you know, it's definitely I haven't been with him since my rookie year. So it's definitely exciting to see a familiar face, you know, and just come in here and get to work.